Okay. Hey, Jack.
Yo.
Can you hop in chat with me real quick?
Sure can. What's up?
I just reset the stream. Can you double check that the delay is working?
Cool, it says offline right now. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Danielle, can you reset mop stream and just do a delay check? So I'm going to say test, and then I'm going to count the seconds, and you tell me when you hear test, okay? Alright, Sam, we're doing a test right now.
Alright, sounds good.
So refresh the stream. Alright, Danielle, I'm going to say... That should be it. Click into it. Oh, it's not live yet. Go out of the Twitch app and go back in.
It might be adding the delay right now. Because it says it gave me a new option that I'd never seen before that says discard delay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it must be adding the delay.
Yep, it's working. It's got a little button in the corner that says delay starting in 112 seconds. So
okay,
I think we're good.
It's going to start in 2 minutes because it's setting up the delay. This guy, we're not in a rush, Sam, because one of our guys is fixing their moss. So.
Yep, I heard. We're good. Cool.
Come say it into the mic.
I think me and my friend are gonna play. We're gonna get over the quarantine together by playing VR games together.
Oh, nice. That sounds like a great plan.
I think that's gonna be fun.
Right.
I'm probably gonna pick up a headset after this next paycheck because I'll have my $1,000 of emergency fund and then I'll have more. So
nice.
Who knew it took a global pandemic for me to get my finances right?
Oh, did you qualify for that stimulus package thing?
I think so.
Is that what you mean when you say emergency fund?
No. I've been saving literally everything. Like when I say that I've spent a total of $70 in the last 2 weeks, that's all I've spent.
Oh wow, that's very impressive.
Besides like bills and stuff, obviously.
He's using Windows Defender. This kid's a bot. I'm so sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
I had to remote desktop into his computer because he's like 5 years old apparently.
Yikes.
Wait, don't we all have Windows Defender on our computers?
He says it still doesn't work.
So, are you trying to tell me that they all turned off Windows Defender on their computers to play this game?
Give me 1 sec. I need to jump and talk to Josh for a sec.
Yeah, no, good. No problem. Okay, we should be back, everybody.
Hey man, looks like stream's still not live yet.
Try refreshing it. It's live on my end. Try refreshing it again.
Yeah, it's live. Okay. All right, Danielle, I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, test. Okay, and just when I say 3, 2, 1, test, just shout it out. Okay. All right, 3, 2, 1, test.
In theory, it should take 3 minutes.
Should be 3 minutes.
Yep.
There's a fat ass delay. I have a timer running. You should hear it when it hits 3 minutes. 3, 2, 1, test.
Hey, Killer, how's it going?
All right, Sam, I'm gonna jump back.
All right, sounds good.
They're ready to start. Give me one.
How close are you guys to getting that fixed?
Probably really close. I don't know, man.
Okay. I was just
Honestly,
asking.
like if it's like we know remix, it's all good. Like if it doesn't have monster, I'm not gonna call you out on that shit. We don't care.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you guys are good to go as is, we're happy to play. Like we honestly like we're chill. We're not.
Okay. Okay, good. I'll let you know.
Just a remix is a. How can I put this in stream-friendly terms?
A very good boy.
A very, very good, smart young man. He's a very, very.
You is smart. You is kind. You is important.
I could. On the last one, it's a bit of an A.
All right, I spammed him.
Okay.
So, I don't even know what's going on.
Vex, it sounds like you're speaking into a trash can on here. Your mic sounds fine in Discord, but it sounds so bad in game.
All right, Sam.
Good luck, everyone.
Let's go.
Good luck.
All right, everybody, we are gonna get started with this match. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and get started with this match. We have No Mercy Esports versus Iron Mountain on Clubhouse. This is for the collective esports league. Today, I'm gonna be your caster, all by myself here, coming straight from a quarantined Indiana. And they're wishing each other bad luck in chat. A Maverick brand's pretty standard on this map, I'm not gonna lie. With the way that Clubhouse is played, just getting rid of some sort of hard breacher that you're less comfortable countering is gonna be your best option. A lot of people are not comfortable with the Maverick. There's so many different ways that you can decide to breach, so that's gonna be take that off the board. Also, bringing a Thatcher band makes it so it's gonna be a lot harder for that for the Thermite play to get off of the wall. So Thermite would be your standard hard breacher, and taking Thatcher off the board, it's going to make it a lot easier. There should be a delay of 30 seconds or 3 minutes, so we should be good. We should be all right. All right, and an Echo's off the board as well. Echo is just going to make it so it's easier for people to plant. It's just going to make it easier for people to plant on site once they do have site control as the attackers. With a Cade off the board, that just makes it so the bandit has to play right next to the wall, making it a little easier for everybody. All right, it looks like we've got our picks. All right, and we're 6-picking onto the Maestro. I think that's a very good play. Excuse me while I get back used to using the Spectator. I've only used it a handful of times, so it's going to take me a little bit to get back into this. Attackers need to locate and defuse. All right. And it looks like we're going to be playing over in CCTV, a very, very normal first site for people to play against. Ooh, this new interface is so nice. I've not played with it yet. All right, and it looks like we're going to be doing a pretty standard setup here on the CCTV wall. We've got they're going to be probably opening up a rotate over into garage so somebody can play out here. Absolutely, looks like that's what they're doing. And we have the wall nice and prepped up with some holes in it, so the sound is a little better. Bottom garage is also going to be clear with a nice cheeky little Valkyrie camera in there that Coda's going to set up. We got about 5 seconds left until the round is about to start. Let's head over to our attacking team, and it looks like they are all spawning, pretty much all spawning warehouse, which is the standard spawn if you're going to be going for that wall right away. Let's see if anybody's going to be playing downstairs. Hyde is going to be upstairs. Looks like he might be going for that CCTV window. He can apply a lot of pressure to the bandit just from back here. With that red wall also being soft, they might be trying a construction take. It looks like he's getting into the logistics hatch. Or logi, as some people call it. Buck is still up here on the roof, which I find is very interesting. Not exactly sure why they would have the Buck up here, but it looks like he's going to be breaking into study. Or I'm sorry, into stock. Stock is a very important position for the attackers to hold, especially to cut off any rotates. And it looks like this is going to be a logi take. Looks like Jack might be getting himself up the main stairs, holding the basement, maybe. He's got himself in a pretty advantageous position. It doesn't look like the attackers know where he is at. Josh takes a very nice kill off onto the lion, who I believe was the sledge. That's, oh, I'm sorry, that's Sophia off the board. Very good pick. That's going to make it harder for them to get that wall open. And they might have to rotate for a construction. Josh gets another pick onto the Buck. That's all their soft breach potential, except potentially the breaching charges that IQ has. But they cannot get the wall from beneath. They're probably going to be pushing to go take from construction side now. Looks like they've already pushed themselves up into the construction door. Looking into sight. I don't necessarily see anybody. Ooh, what a great bandit charge from Fish. He was able to make it so they're stuck pushing into sight directly on, but I don't think that they know that the IQ's there. IQ is on site, and she's gonna hold it, getting ready for that remix to come in with the diffuser. I think they're gonna be planning here in just a second. The plant's going down. Are they gonna be able to retake site? Let's find out. Jack pushing up red stairs. I'm not sure that they knew that the plant was going down. Too many people around, and they lost control of the site. We now are down to a 3v3, and Knight is getting a double kill. Ooh, shut down by Nick over here. And there's just one attacker left. Are they going to be able to get this defused? They have 20 seconds left. Remix is just holding, and Jack's going to go for the defuse. Nick's going to be holding. Ooh, he got him down, and they're going to be... Oh, but Iron Mountain was able to take it there at the end. Just enough time. Looks like their might was too slow to take that back. That was a very good round for the attackers, but up until the end, it just looks like they were unaware of the positions of Iron Mountain. Maybe a little more drone work would have had that out, but that was a very, very good push all the way up until the post plant. Iron Mountain had no idea that they pushed into sight, or no idea that they were set up to push into sight, I should say. Meister is still on the board. Ooh, and a nice 6 pick onto that Goyo. Fantastic. Goyo's going to be a little nicer to be able to hold things like dirt and blue, especially when they decide to take those. It's going to make it just a lot nicer for the defending team to be able to do anything with the site. Gives them a lot more control, denying certain areas from a push. Again, a pretty standard setup I see so far. Reinforcing pulse wall, it looks like. Getting the kitchen hatch and the moto hatch, I'm sure. Nothing too crazy here. Blue's set up. Nice line of sight there. And they're getting the rotates there finished up, and it looks like they're going to be bandit or impact tricking the hatch, which is very, very smart in this case. All right, as we can see, the attacking team has started. They might be going directly for dirt. This would be a very good play in this instance because it doesn't look like there's too much of a defense in this instance. They do have 2 hard breachers on the board, so they're going to be bringing both of those. And it looks like, very predictably, Habana is going to be going for that kitchen hatch. It's a very important spot for the attackers to open. It gets such a line of sight into Armory, which is where default plant usually is. It looks like Jack's going to be pulsing them from underneath. And he might be able to get a sneaky little nitro kill here. We'll see about that. Zofia holding upstairs in bar. They're going to be getting the moto hatch open, which is fairly standard. It's bound to happen at some point during the round. Just make the attacker or the defenders a little bit more scared. Vex is going to be holding for some pretty cheeky angles here. And a lot is dedicated over here. Oh, and he was unable to get the impact trick down. It looks like they were still able to get the hatch open. That's going to be rough for them, and it looks like they've already got somebody over in moto. Again, it doesn't seem like Iron Mountain is aware. They're going to be getting church wall open, and they're going to be setting up to take the plant. Here, only a minute, with still a minute 35 left on the match. That's a lot of time still on the board. Vex is going to be trying to get some picks here, and it looks like he was able to sneak. Looks like Josh was able to sneak one off with a flank. He's going to be working on that flank. He's going to be dropping potentially down kitchen. It looks like they were able to get the diffuser down. And we are in a post plant for the No Mercy Esports. Is Josh going to be able to do? Nope. No Mercy is going to pick them all off just all about the same time. With a very, very good take from No Mercy. Again, it looks like Iron Mountain was just unaware of No Mercy's position at most of the points during the round. They just weren't able to... Excuse me, sorry about that. It looks like they were just not able to figure out exactly where the attack was coming from and when people were setting up to take site. And that's where a lot of the picks came from. Very quick round there. Most of the time you see plants go down after, or I'm sorry, with less than 1 minute on the board, and I just really didn't see that here, so... Ooh, six-picking over to the Jackal. Jackal's going to be a great play to help clear out any potential roamers that they might have. It looks like Sin was upstairs for most of that round, working on getting a flank, which it didn't look like it was done just quite in time. But they're going to be looking to take care of that in this case. Again, setting up site pretty much the same way, it looks like. Fish getting the upstairs hatches. It looks like Josh is getting over here on the... blue room hatch. Setting up blue with the shoddy and reinforcing pulse wall. Not too much to say about the setup here. I think the devil's in the details in this specific instance. Getting some cheeky spots here. Alright, and it looks like the attackers are about ready to spawn in. Starting out, looks like they're looking for some picks. Pretty normal stuff at the very beginning of the round. Again, it looks like they might be trying to get dirt open just to have an option on the board. Let's see what's happening with this Habana here. Looks like she's going to be going to go take blue. I think they know that blue was such a heavy hold last time, and so they're going to try their hardest to get that open. Again, they're going to get it without any relative trouble. It looks like we're doing a blue hole, and we have Thermite holding something roughly upstairs. Wonder what he's doing here. Thermite trying to get some cheeky picks over here, trying to get some good angles. Nades are being tossed down. Oh, and Buck is going to take a good chunk of HP. I'm not exactly sure who took that from him, but still a good chunk of it. It looks like Jack is still over here as the pulse. He's going to try to get it. And then the impact trick was again unsuccessful. That's going to be rough for Iron Mountain. Again, having that hatch open at such a early point in the round is going to be very, very detrimental unless they're able to get some picks here. Buck setting up down main stairs. It looks like Iron Mountain might be ready this time. It looks like Jack of the Pulse is playing very close and going to be able to call that out. But it looks like Thermite's still going to make his way into church and get that open. Again, a minute 20 still on the board, and they have all the time in the world to find out any information that they might need in this case. They know that one's on church wall, and I believe that they know that somebody's in moto. Ooh, swung a little too wide there, and it looks like Habana was able to drop the hatch. She's gonna pull the goo, and it looks like Thermite has the diffuser. They have armory control, but no bomb in armory. They still have a minute left on the board, though, so finding any information is gonna be easy. Looks like Thermite rotated over to get that plant down. And Habana's going to run the defense. Habana was taken out, and it looks like Fish might be making a run for it in this case. Ooh, left in a post plant. He's able to get some hits on the Thermite, which is holding by the bomb. No Mercy's able to take basement once again. It looked like they had a good read on where they were pushing in that instance, but they were not ready for the Habana to drop from the hatch. It looks like they had a good read on most of the players, but not everybody, and that was where the flank came in. Iron Mountain taking themselves back up to CCTV, which really did a much better job of defending in that case. Again, Iron Mountain's information game is what's not necessarily on the board in this case. Information needs to be gathered, and they're not gathering it before the sites are taken. It just seems like No Mercy's able to find... It looks like No Mercy's able to find the weaknesses in the defensive strategy way too soon and are capitalizing on it.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Iron Mountain needs to pick up their information game if they're going to be able to get the picks here that are necessary. But on CCTV, it looks like they were able to. Looks like on CCTV they were able to do that. So. Once they take site, the retake is so important, and it has to be done with the utmost of, care and careful. They have to be careful about it. So, it's very unfortunate that Iron Mountain has been in the situation that they are, because their setup game is doing, while simple, is quite good. It just looks like their retake needs to be just a slightly faster and with more information in this case. Again, it looks like the attackers are going to be spawning mostly by warehouse. Actually, we have most of them out front, main office. It looks like they might get that Habana hole open. Oh, Habana's not on the table. I apologize. Getting themselves into storage and downstairs, getting a very good presence. But it looks like Jack is going to try to make their day a little harder now. Holding up here by main lobby stairs. He's holding a really nice flank. Josh holding over here in bar. Has a good read that some of them are in lounge, and he doesn't know who he's going to pick. He gets the IQ, and Zophia's close. Not sure if he knows that the Zophia's close. Zofia is holding. She doesn't know exactly what happened to Jaeger, and it looks like their teammates from upstairs are going to do it. And who was able to get that pick? It looks like Vex was able to get himself down red stairs and get that pick onto the Zofia. There must have been some information there. Very good for Iron Mountain. That's 2 picks right off the bat with 1:48 left. Doesn't look like they've got the wall open either. Most of their soft breachers are off the table except the Ash. Again, it looks like they're rotating in take. Ooh, very good pick from Vex again. That's Vex on a double kill. Get good information that they were going to be pushing the construction. It looks like Thatcher, I'm sorry. Again, another great pick. It looks like Thermite has sight, but they are not necessarily aware of it. Nope. Iron Mountain does have a good idea that he's in sight. If only Josh knew to push up through garage, they would know exactly where to hold him. Looks like they're pinging live. Oh, so many picks onto the Thermite. He's so scared, in a bad position. And Iron Mountain's going to be able to get him with a smoke grenade. Nice job from Nick. Great way to pull him off. He was just holding right there behind server. Fantastic job from Iron Mountain. The CCTV hold seems to be their best hold in this case. And it looks like back down to Church Arsenal. They're going to try it for the 3rd time here. Ooh, Josh 6 picking onto the Vigil. I like very much what he's doing here. I think that's a great play. Ooh, looks like my stream's having a little bit of trouble. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, setting themselves up. Looks like a little bit of a different operator pick in this case, with Jack on the Mozzie and Josh going on the Vigil. I like the change-up. I think those are very, very good picks in this case. Probably going to have a bit stronger roam game in this particular case. Good setup. Hopefully they'll be able to get that impact trick down at this point. I figured, Tommy. You're good. Alright. And again, it looks like they're going to be going and immediately opening up dirt. That seems to be a very common play for most teams, especially here with a No Mercy. Getting dirt open just provides a place for them to rotate to later in the round in case any of the hard breachers are going to be taken off the table. Again, Havana is brought and going to be getting open blue hatch, opening up just as many rotates as they possibly can, trying to make their situation a little easier to get into the site. Hold's running upstairs. It looks like they're going to find Josh upstairs. He knows he's been droned out, so he's going to rotate around. He knows that they're going to be trying their hardest to get rid of him because he'll be able to provide a really late flank. That would be very advantageous for Iron Mountain in this particular case. Looks like Mozzie's staying downstairs, which I think is very interesting. We have Nick holding blue. Jaeger has a very, very good gun. A very good defender gun. That can definitely be used downstairs to a great effect. It looks like they have somebody pushing in through dirt. Let's see if we can find out who that is. Ooh, it looks like Lion has found himself in through dirt. I think Iron Mountain does know this, but they're not doing too much to... Yep, now Iron Mountain does know, and Fish is going to peek him and get him cleared. Nice and tight out of there. That's 2 picks from Iron Mountain, in a minute 25 left in the round. And even so, this is so much better than the last couple times that Iron Mountain defended downstairs. Josh was able to get a kill upstairs. And he's just going to be holding, waiting for them to come do the rest of the roam clear. There's only 2 attackers left on the board, and that's not going to leave them a lot of opportunity to be able to push site. Looks like Buck has found himself in Moto, though, so that's a very advantageous position for him, but I think the Iron Mountain is aware, and I don't see him necessarily supported by the Thermite, except on drone. Mozzie was able to get that drone, and Thermite's dropping through the main hatch. That's Diffuser in Armory, and certainly a death sentence for the Buck in this case. Not exactly sure where he rotated out to. Buck still holding Moto, doing a great job doing it, but Iron Mountain was able to get the pick off on him in this particular instance. Very, very good hold from Iron Mountain in this particular case. They were finally able to turn this one around after a couple losses, and much, much better hold. The roam game upstairs is really what did it. Having that Vigil upstairs taking time off the board and just making himself a nuisance to the enemy team. And even then he made a late flank that the Buck had to pay attention to. So all right, and it looks like they're going to be going to Gym Bedroom for Iron Mountain's last defending round. Lion 6 picking onto the Nook. That is a very interesting pick in this case. I wonder if they're going to be able to get the proper utility out of that Nook play, but I'm glad to see it.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by...
For most teams, Gym Bedroom was the tertiary site. It's not necessarily one that they're going to be playing very often, and it looks like Iron Mountain does have a really good setup for it so far. Getting the wall open into Gym from Master Bedroom is very important and gonna make for a nice hold in this particular instance. We got Vex playing on the Castle, which Castle is Not necessarily always a good pick, but in this particular case, he provides so much utility in being able to deny the attackers from preventing the bandit trick, which it looks like they are going to be. Oh, I'm sorry. They're not going to be attempting in this particular case. They don't have bandit on the board, which I think is very interesting. Attacking team going to get set up on jacuzzi wall as they normally do. And once they get that jacuzzi wall open, it's going to make it a lot easier to get into gym bedroom. Most of the time, the default play is in gym next to the door. Jack over in CC going to prevent anybody from playing the windows. I'm sure they know this and they're going to be trying to clear him out as quickly as they possibly can. Cams, it looks like Castle's also playing over here in the gym or the CCTV server side. Gonna hold construction from the other side of the site, which I think is a very good play. Fish holding the main stairs. Let's see what Nock's doing specifically in this case. Couple instances off on the Nock. It looks like she's gonna go for the nade kill, but Fish is very much aware of that in this particular case. They're aware that the Nock is pushing up main stairs, and they've given a little bit of control to her here. Just a little bit. About the same amount of damage between the two of them. Nock is so close to death, and it looks like Lion was, or it looks like Sin was able to get that pick off onto Lion. Fish making a good call there for Lion to move up. The power in the plays here is through the roam game of Iron Mountain, it looks like. They've got the attackers kind of on a swivel here. I don't think that they know that Nomad is where she's at, though. Holding a very tight angle in servers. Bomb diffuser is down, it looks like. Picked outside of sight. Again, it looks like Capital was able to get some picks outside of Jacuzzi Wall. I'm not sure that they know that necessarily that Capital is here. Oh, no, he's playing in bathroom. Perfect play. And it looks like we're down to a 2v2. Very winnable for No Mercy in this particular case. Looks like No Mercy has two people on the board, and their one attacker is off site. Ooh, No Mercy dropped the diffuser. It is a 1v1 in this particular case. Nomad's in. Playing in master bedroom. He's going to go for picking that Nomad off. Nomad's going to be going to pick up... Either pick up the diffuser... Oh, and Jack was able to get the put off onto the Nomad. Iron Mountain was able to shut them down in the end, ending their defense round in a 2v4. All right, Iron Mountain taking themselves to their first attack round. No Mercy taking themselves to the defense. It looks like they are also favoring to go CCTV cash room as their first. Not exactly sure what GH means, but we're just gonna let it slide. Not bring it up like I just did. See if there's any differences between No Mercy's hold and Iron Mountain's hold as far as cash CCTV. No 6 picks in this particular instance.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
As far as picks, I see a very similar setup here. It looks like they still have the Maestro on the board. They still have the Jaeger and the Smoke. Gonna get that shield in place. Legion is still a great pick. Gonna be able to stop plants and give the defending side a very good amount of intel as far as where the push is going to be coming from. As far as what I see so far, it doesn't look like I see anybody setting up for a roam at this point. It might be a 5-man hold unless the Jaeger in this particular instance, or maybe the Mozzie decides to go off-site and try something a little different. Attackers, it looks like, are going to be going in a very different direction. It looks like they might be taking from shipping side, which means that they're going to be taking from Jacuzzi Wall. Very interesting play given where It looks like Lion is going to be playing this side, maybe expecting that something might be a little different here. But it looks like they're going to be making a very heavy presence on the, usually the secondary side of things in this particular case. A lot dedicated over here to getting the jacuzzi wall open. A lot of people pushing in. It looks like maybe Iron Mountain may have known that there was nobody playing over here, but that just means that he was able to get a pick, but Fish was able to quickly refrag off of the pick that Legion was able to get. And taking Legion off the board means that site's going to be set up a lot different in this particular case. Ooh, taken out by a flank, it looks like. Mozzie on main stairs. Mozzie's going to be going downstairs. His job is done. He's going to probably be trying to get himself back into sight somehow. That leaves only 3 members of Iron Mountain still on the board. It's going to be very difficult for them to take anything back in this particular case. Nick's going to be, looks like he's going to be supporting Coda in this particular instance. Jaeger knows that he has a drone in construction. Doesn't look like they've done anything to take out the flanker. Let's see what Mozzie's doing right now. Mozzie's making his way back up main stairs. This is exactly the problem that they were going to run into, but it looks like Jack was able to get a read on that. Might have had a flank Jordan in this particular case. The play now, I think, is construction. They're going to be rotating around this direction, but it looks like No Mercy's ready for this in this particular instance. They've got all their remaining players pretty much rotated in that direction. Maestro looking around on his cam, still on garage, and they're going to be getting main wall open. Iron Mountain getting main wall open just leaves them options. As many options still on the board as important, and it doesn't look like the Maestro is going to be watching garage if Iron Mountain decides to push that direction. Jack's setting up to take out the Jaeger. That's another pick. Looks like Iron Mountain's going to be working towards getting this site. Thermite's going to be getting construction wall open, and it looks like that's the play. It looks like construction is exactly where Iron Mountain's wanting to push in. I think that's the play. There's 2 people left on the board. Construction's going to be a lot harder for the defenders to take without more people in the mix. But there's only 17 seconds left on the board. With the smoke where he is, he might have a hard time pushing in. Jack was able to get the pick, and it looks like Iron Mountain still only has 1 on the board. They know that he's on red stairs. And it looks like Smoke is going to be playing down here. No Mercy was able to get it off, but Iron Mountain was just a breath away. Breath away from from handling that round. One thing I'm noticing is both teams have a very similar kill death ratio in this particular instance. It looks like they're pretty much spread out along the board. Everybody's doing a great job. You know, supports are down lower on the board, but that's normal. That's particularly how things normally happen. So entries have a good amount of kills in this particular instance. That's a very good round from both teams, at least in my opinion. I think that both teams had a very nice setup. The rotate around to construction from Iron Mountain was very good, but also a good read from No Mercy, being able to realize that was happening and rotating their defense to be around that specific direction. Heading down here to basement, which is usually everybody's secondary site, so not too surprising in this particular case. I'm gonna follow ourselves a Legion here, see what he's doing. Setting up Blue, that's gonna be a very good read from him. Blue's usually a spot that you want to get as a secondary drop if you decide to change things up as the attackers. Very standard setup from No Mercy here. Looks like they're leaving Pulse spot open, which is different than what Iron Mountain did. Interesting. We'll see if they decide to get any information out of that. They also do have a Vigil playing up in Strip. Let's see if Iron Mountain's able to get that information. Looks like they are going to be taking from Strip. Looks like they might be going to the jacuzzi wall again like they did last time. It was a very good idea from them, I think, in this particular instance. looks like we have Legion playing upstairs in gym, which is a very interesting hold. It's going to be very different than normal. He's going to get droned out, though, and he's not exactly able to get the drone. Oh, he might be caught in the rotate here. He is kind of stuck where he's at unless he decides to drop into gaming. Looks like he's pinging himself for an exit. They're going to be trying to flash him out, but I don't think that they know that there's such a heavy roam game upstairs. Oop, looks like they were able to find the Legion. And there's 2 upstairs that are going to make it very difficult for them to push downstairs later. Very different hold that Iron Mountain I don't think was necessarily ready for. 2 upstairs. They know the Legion's in cache. And it looks like they're well aware that Vigil is holding from red stairs as well. Drones are everywhere from Iron Mountain, and that is a very good thing to have. Able to get that first pick off, but it looks like I'm very worried because it doesn't necessarily look like they've done anything to try to take site. In this particular instance, that's very dangerous with only 1:20 left on the board. Nick looks like he's getting ready to rotate down to site. He's going to be droning down here. Droning through blue and going to be hitting up. Lots of drone game from Iron Mountain. Again, this is very important. Hey, that's the pick over onto the Vigil. That's very good for Iron Mountain. That's the roam game done. Now they're going to have to work very fast to get these hatches open and take site. They're going to have to drone as much as they possibly can, but there's only 3 people to hold it, which is not a lot left on the board. It's going to make it very difficult to hold both of the sites, but that's a nice pick from the Pulse. Oh, I'm sorry, from the Valkyrie. Gonna be holding dirt. Doesn't look like Iron Mountain's making any effort into dirt, so Valkyrie's gonna hold it from this specific side. Maestro's still sitting on his cams. He's gonna be trying to get as much information as possible. Maestro got a nice cheeky cam downstairs in Moto, trying to be able to trying to make sure that no one drops Moto hatch, and he'll know exactly when it happens. Josh has himself in a very sneaky spot that I don't think that the smoke is ready for. Yep, smoke was not ready for that. Ooh, Iron Mountain was able to get 3 picks all in the exact same time. That drone work coming in handy late in the round. Very good pick from Vex in this particular case. And Iron Mountain, 3-5. Very good work from Iron Mountain. You know, the hold upstairs was very heavy, and it wasted a lot of time, but ultimately in the end it came down to picks and information, which it looks like Iron Mountain was on top of the whole round.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused.
And it looks like they're going to be going downstairs again as well. No one opting into taking that gym bedroom site unless they absolutely have to, which I think is perfectly fair. Gym bedroom is very difficult to be able to hold, and it does end up being better for attackers once they do get control on site. They reinforced pulse wall this time, which I wonder if they had issues from and I just missed it last time. But it looks like, again, very similar site. That Maestro spot really did help, and I think could be used again. I like where he's at right now as well, though. Very good.
5 seconds. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and
And it looks like the attackers are spawning warehouse this time. I don't think they're set up nearly as heavy of a roam game this time, although there might be a few that are set up upstairs. Lion again is upstairs. And it looks like he might be alone this time. Very interesting play from him, seeing as it did so well and wasting time last time. Oh, Jaeger found himself upstairs as well. So it's going to be a 2-man hold upstairs again. Let's see if Iron Mountain's able to get a read from this. It looks like they might be dropping blue already. They might be just going to take site right away. This is going to be a very different style of take from Iron Mountain. But maybe catching the roam game upstairs off guard a little bit. Josh was able to get a very nice pick, but it looks like he's playing down in Moto. The roam game was very heavy. able to get 2 picks out of Moto. Giving a nice no sign there and covering his back with a goo mine. This effectively shuts down the rush from Iron Mountain, which they were only really able to get the blue hold from. But Vex was able to get somebody from dirt that puts us in a 3v3 with so much time left on the board. Fish rotating upstairs to get the kitchen hatch open. And it doesn't look like we have any nitro cells on the board, so he's going to be able to take this with relative ease. They're only going to try to impact trick him. They know he's here, but they don't know exactly how to take him. Maestro again holding pretty closely downstairs. He was holding a very precarious situation beneath the Moto hatch in this particular case. And Vex is still holding in dirt. He's dedicated himself to this particular pick, and it looks like they've decided to take site. They have site control with a minute left on the board, and they know exactly where their push is going to be coming from. Except for the Maestro. Maestro able to get the kill down, with one still on the board, though, with the plant completely finished. Nick is going to have to push in here and get his pick. Take out the Maestro from above, but he may not have time. Nope, and it looks like No Mercy's able to take this basement defense. Very close. Again, very close from Iron Mountain. They almost had complete control of site, but Maestro was able to push in through that rotate that they had over in Moto, which led the Maestro into getting a 2K right off the board and leaving Nick in a very precarious situation. Also, Jaeger was very low health. If he was able to get that pick and then go over to the Maestro, that would have been the play. Either way, very close from both teams. Iron Mountain deciding to leave the roam upstairs was also a very interesting play. It was very good. I think that it worked out for them, but then the late rotate being able to get a double kill right off the bat there, right before they were able to take site, I think was very detrimental to the attacking team. Sitting here with a 4v5. Really could go either direction this time. Iron Mountain still sits there with a 5 on the board. If they're able to take this round, that scores them a point, which I think would be very nice for them in this particular instance. Again, heading back upstairs here. Gonna get started with things right away. One thing Iron Mountain decided not to do was get this wall over here in construction close, which makes sure that they can't, without dedication from some sort of hard breacher, they can't necessarily get that open and push into construction from a way that you can't necessarily watch from the door, or at least from the common hold spots on that door. They've taken that away from garage, which if they don't get this garage one, that means that once the breach is open, they'll be able to hold the rotate from garage so much easier by putting some holes in the wall and make it very hard for anybody who is playing on rafters to actually hold in there. Again, it looks like Iron Mountain's deciding to take from shipment side, which is different than most teams, I believe, decide to take. But Legion is going to be ready for this. He's taken out a drone already. And he's going to be doing it with all his might to hold this particular spot. Also deciding to not immediately get Jacuzzi Wall open. They've left a little bit of time there. They didn't rush immediately there. They're trying to find some information before they get started. Looks like he's waiting for somebody to start droning for him in this particular instance, which getting as much intel as possible. Lion again just holding from the wall, and he's caught in a very precarious situation, but he was able to get his pick. Lots of a good pick and able to get out of there quickly. Looks like he's gonna hold for as long as he possibly can. He's gonna just play for his life here. Interesting operator to play for your life with, in my opinion. Considering his utility only gets stronger the more time he's on the board. But he has a very good gun in this instance. Ooh, they're able to pick off 2 people. Lion able to pick off 2 people before even taking sight. That's very scary for Iron Mountain in this particular instance. Both of their entries are off the board. They know where Legion's at, and they're trying to hold him as best as possible. They're able to finally get him, but the entries are off the board. It looks like utility, there's still plenty of utility on the board. And time. Minute and a half. They're about halfway through the round. They're going to have to find out where the enemy is at and how to take sight. Very winnable for Iron Mountain, but they're going to have to do something to throw everybody off here. It looks like Shadow is still playing downstairs. Oh, no, sorry. Still playing rafters. There's still a and 2 nitro cells still on the board is going to be risky. We have a pulse downstairs, which is not great for Iron Mountain. That means he'll be able to deny plant from a place that they won't be expecting. I'm not sure that they know that he's here. Nick setting up to take construction side. I think the attack is stalling a little bit here. They know that Pulse is downstairs. Ooh, and Fish was not able to get the flick on him. It looks like Iron Mountain is down to 2 people with only 34 seconds left on the board. They're going to be trying to take out this Pulse, but I think that's a little in vain at this point in the round. Vex just out here trying to get as many picks as he can, and he is the last one on the board. It's going to be a little rough for him in this particular instance. He's going to have to jump off and reload his gun. 17 seconds.
15 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go.
And it looks like he's just saving his KD. They're talking over what they're going to do in the next round in this particular instance.
Operators, you are out of time.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, that round came down to picks. No Mercy was able to get so many picks. Lion was able to get 2 picks on both of the entries before they could even get into construction. And he did exactly what he was supposed to do. Get his pick, run off. Get his pick, run off. Play for his life in this particular instance, and he did a very good job at that. Too many times, it did seem like Iron Mountain was going to be able to pick up on exactly where he was, because he seemed to have been surprised where Iron Mountain was pushing from. So, if given the timing was slightly different, might have a very different round differential. Again, picks spread all over the board. In a 5v5, whoever takes the next one is guaranteed a point. Maybe 3 for the league.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Finally taking No Mercy to Gym Bedroom. Again, everybody's tertiary site. Once you win 2 in a row, you head to Gym Bedroom. It doesn't seem like anybody's particularly strongest hold. It looks like we still have 2 reinforcements still with the Valkyrie. Is anybody going to be getting CC wall in this particular instant? A long hold is always the play here. Trying to hold as long as possible where they're at, but it doesn't look like anybody's going to be getting the CC wall in time. Or at least before the attack spawns in. That's going to give the attack a lot of options as far as where to hold from.
Locate a bomb and defuse it.
And I don't know if Iron Mountain is completely aware of this information. That's going to be a lot on the board with them to work with. As per usual, Jacuzzi Wall is covered. It doesn't look like necessarily Iron Mountain is aware that there's such a advantage for them. There are 2 holding over by CC though, then that might make it a little bit more difficult for Iron Mountain to push in. Jaeger just waiting patiently for something to happen exactly where he's at. He's just holding, not exactly sure what he's doing here. Shadow holding downstairs red. Just trying to make sure that nobody's doing a roam clear of the 2nd floor in this particular instance. Jaeger was able to get the pick off onto Sin, which is a very unfortunate pick. The first entry from the attacking team is taken out. Jaeger's gonna get droned out. They know exactly where he's at, sitting behind the rack. Is Iron Mountain gonna be able to get this pick? There are still 2 people holding on necessarily weirder spots on the attack. Jaeger knows that he's gonna be holding, and Jack is gonna go ahead and get that wall open. He's waiting for that Jaeger, trying to find him. He knows exactly where he's at now, but he doesn't seem to know where the Valkyrie is. He's gonna try to get down from underneath and probably open up the floor here. Maybe unaware necessarily that the Valkyrie's holding. She's not holding top red anymore. Maybe Jack's gonna be able to get a sneaky spot and get some picks here. Looks like he's gonna go and pull out this goo, but it looks like the Valkyrie knows exactly where he's taking now. Jack knows this, and he's going to be rotating into a different place to see where he can get some picks. Unfortunately, it looks like Iron Mountain is left with very little intel on exactly where the defending team is. They've done a very good job of rotating the people that they need to over to the place where they think that they're going to be taking from. Iron Mountain might be able to turn this around. It looks like they are turning this around into an actual site take. No Mercy turned a lot of people over into the hold, but it looks like they didn't leave site nearly as defended as they should have. It's 2 left on the board for Iron Mountain. They're going to be able to get the pick. That's a 1v1. Vexed in a bit of a precarious situation, not knowing exactly where the Legion is going to be pushing from. Legion is going to be holding, waiting for that plant, and he's going to go for the pick immediately after. No Mercy is able to get that again, and that guarantees No Mercy a point in this particular case. Unfortunately, Iron Mountain decided to go for the kill in that particular instance when I think they might have been able to get away with the plant. I'm not exactly sure, but in the place that Legion was at, he may not have been able to either hear the plant or get to it in time, leaving that Thermite with enough time to finish the plant that he had started and baited with. And we're heading into our last round here. Can Iron Mountain secure themselves a point in the league with this last round? Ooh. Coda switching up from the Buck onto the IQ. Coda tends to play Buck in almost every instance that he possibly can, so that seems to be an interesting play from him in this case. Setting themselves up one more time down in the basement. Gonna be doing a pretty standard spots, but I noticed that the Maestro is very dedicated to holding with his cams from the Moto drop, which is an interesting play. Most teams do take from Moto. In this case, it is very hard for the defending team to hold. Once the attackers have all the information they need and with their utility used, it makes it very difficult to hold Moto. And so he dedicates a lot of cams to that. And attackers are in position. It looks like they're going to be trying to find as much information as possible immediately off the bat. They have 2 people droning without even moving their spawn yet. Probably spawning warehouse in this particular instance. Pole's still playing underneath, but Lion is going to be playing upstairs in garage. This is a very interesting spot for him to be playing. Again, roaming is always a good play, you know, waste as much time off-site as possible. But with Legion, it seems like a very interesting pick. He is not able to provide any intel or provide any help downstairs with those impact grenades. I suppose that's the point. But again, he's taking a utility off the board that would be there normally. Droning themselves into pool. Gonna be trying to take from bar as much as possible. Looks like Iron Mountain was able to find the Legion, and he's made himself a nice little rotate. Looks like he might be heading back to site. Heading in for a 5-man hold in this particular instance. Got a lot of nitro cells ready to go in this case, waiting for Iron Mountain to get themselves inside to kitchen and be able to take them with a nitro from beneath. There's a very good double play from these two, being able to have that nitro ready to immediately smack somebody as soon as the pulse pings.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Drone game is still incredibly strong from Iron Mountain, and they're gonna try to get that hatch open as quickly as possible. Doing the upside down rappel with the Habana, very standard in this particular case. They're gonna be trying to get the blue drop open as well. They only have a minute left on the board. Iron Mountain's got a lot of stuff open, but they're gonna have to start the execute here as soon as possible. Smoke's holding the wrong direction in this particular case. And it looks like they're going to be setting up maybe for a moto take. Nick is holding an interesting angle into blue to try to be able to clear out anybody that they can from holding in a weird place. Jack's able to get a kill as well as Vexed nearly at the end of the round, which is very good. 2 picks off the board with 30 seconds left. Where are they going to decide to take from? I believe that No Mercy thinks that they're going to be taking from Moto, and that's where they dedicated most of their players. Iron Mountain also is going to be dedicating a lot of people in this particular case. Shadow getting a great pick. Only 15 seconds left on the board. A lot of people still open. That's Sin with a pick, and they're going to be going for the armory take. They only have 7 seconds to plant. If they take out this diffuser, it's no bueno. Diffuser did go down, but it looks like Maestro was able to take from the exact same place that he did before. It's only of 1v1. Maestro with full health. Josh, unfortunately, with very, very little. But it doesn't look like Maestro knows where he is in this particular instance. He's going to be... Oh, Iron Mountain's able to secure themselves the final point at the very last second. Maestro was unable to find where the Zofia was, and Zofia just turns the corner and gets her kill. That's 1 point for each team, and the end of the match. Very good match from both teams. Ultimately, at the end of the day, any attack only came down to the wire. There were a couple attacks where they came... There's a couple attacks where they came very... like, the attack came through very quickly, but Iron Mountain usually was able to turn it around fairly quickly. So, with that being the end of the game, I wish you all a good night.
GG.
Thank you all for showing up.
GG's.
GG, boys.
And I'll see y'all later.